Alright, good morning everybody. Thank you for joining me. If any of you tried to join me earlier, had some technical difficulties, so I wasn't able to get my microphone up and working, but hopefully we're all better now. So thank you again for joining me, and sorry about that, a little bit of feedback. Alright, so we're good to go. So, real quick, we're just going to go over all the changes to GTA this week, and yeah, we'll check out the new Powersurge bike that came out and test it out. So like we have I have the bike right here. We went ahead and bought it, gave it a little bit of a paint job, made it look pretty cool. So we'll head down, give it a little bit of a test drive, and then show you what it's all about. Overall, it's a very quick accelerating bike. Yeah, it definitely moves very fast, and it has great, I guess, handling, or I don't know specifically what I would call it, but you stay on the bike way better than some of them. So I think we saw this sort of handling with the Shinobi, and this feels very similar, where even if you hit something at a weird angle or something that probably should knock you off, you're not really going to get knocked off. So that's definitely nice. Very quick acceleration. Handling's kind of hard to tell just because the snow is still around this week, so can't get a great feel for it, but overall it's pretty solid. Definitely recommend buying, if you have the extra money laying around. It is expensive at $1.6 million, so not a easy purchase, but something if you're looking for it, go ahead and pick it up. So alright, we'll start by going over some of the sales this week. We'll start with the Powersurge itself. Pull up its technical page. It is at $1.6 million, so pretty pricey for a bike, but it's a fun bike, honestly. Like, it handles pretty well. The acceleration's great, and I'm not sure about the top speed, but it feels like it's definitely up there. I think it's around we'll check it. We'll see if we can do a top speed run, but it's a pretty solid bike, so definitely recommend it if you are interested. So yep, we got that. We'll check the rest of the sales right quick. So yep, in the Legendary Motorsports, we got the Pegasi and Furnace Classic down here, and the Progen GP1. Both of those are decent. That's a super classic or sports classic, and then a supercar. Nothing too great, really. Nothing's going to change, anything. No great sales, but we'll at least cover everything we got. We got the Grotti Stinger, kind of a classic Ferrari if you're into that sort of thing. So that's pretty dope. And then we got a few of the four doors. We got the Obey Tailgater S, the Pegasi Toros, and then down here we have the Benefactor Shafter V12. This one's kind of weird because, yeah, for some reason it's telling me my price is the same as the normal price. I don't really know what that's about, but yeah, for some reason if you don't have the trade price, it looks like you get a discount, but if you do have the trade price, you pay what you would normally pay. So it's kind of a weird way of doing it, but it might just be a bug. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's how that's going. It's 30% off on all these vehicles, so yeah, nothing crazy on the sales, but at least worth checking out if you're interested. In Warstock, we've got a few planes on sale. I think the Stromberg is still on sale. So if you want to pick up the Stromberg, that is still available. The new sales this week are the Volatile, which it's just a giant plane. It's super hard to take off. I mean, you and 3 of your buddies can take it around for a ride, but I would honestly pass on this one because it's just huge. It flies kind of clumsy. Not really worth it. The other 2 planes on sale might be worth a buy if you're looking for just something to do. You have the Pyro and the Rogue. The Pyro, it's kind of a fun plane to fly around, has good agility, definitely fun to fly. It doesn't have explosive cannons, so it's not really viable in any sort of PvP because you're not going to be able to kill anybody with it. Whereas the Rogue, on the other hand, it's definitely fun to fly. It's super nimble, so it turns on a dime. Really fun to fly. It does have explosive cannons, but the problem with it is they're kind of spread out on the wings, so it hits further apart than like a laser or a Hydra will, so it's a little harder to get somebody, and it also fires slower. So it is viable, it's just not as good as a Hydra or laser. So if you have the money, go ahead and pick up. The trade prices are available for these by running the Smuggler's Run sell missions, which are doubled this week, so it's a pretty good deal. I think you got to do 6 of them for the Rogue and then 33 of them for the Pyro, so some of them might be worth it if you are looking for some planes to add to your armory. Also have the Blazer Aqua. This is the ATV that turns into a jet ski. Not a good vehicle by any stretch, but if you're just looking for an ATV that turns into a jet ski, there's your option right there. Nothing too crazy. And then finally we have the Dubsta 6x6, just a big 6-wheel car. Nothing really too special to say about that. So that's what we got in Warstock. We'll cover San Andreas Motors right quick. Nothing crazy here. We got the Karen Futo GTX on sale. We got the Vapid Dominator GTX. All these are 30% off this week. So and the D-Class Drift Tampa was on sale last week, kind of like the Stromberg, but it's still on sale for some reason. So you can check those out if you are interested. And let's see, what else? I think that was all of it. I'm just going to scroll through right quick and make sure, because don't want to short you guys any information. Again, nothing that's really going to change your GTA style, but if you have a couple extra bucks lying around, some of these might be fun. Here we got the Canis Camacho and the Trophy Truck. These are both fun off-road. The Trophy Truck specifically, if you just want to do like high-speed off-road shenanigans, it's a pretty solid buy. And the D-Class Granger, if you want to pick that up, it's just kind of a Suburban, nothing really too spectacular there. And I think that'll just about tie it off with the normal sales this week. So login bonuses. We do have a login bonus this week, kind of going with the festive holiday theme. Its big things are that it's going to refill all of your explosives, your ammo, your snacks, all the normal stuff that it does, and then it gives you a couple of cosmetics. So let me go ahead and switch over to something so I can show off these cosmetics. So we got glasses here. So the glasses we got are the rainbow New Year's hats, New Year's glasses, the silver ones, and then the gold ones. So if you're looking to celebrate the new year, we have 3 options. It's just Logon Bonus to get on anytime this week, and you can enjoy those. And then we also have the yellow beer hat is the other login. So, you know, if you're looking for a different beer hat than we had earlier, you don't need the reindeer one, you can do the yellow one. So those are the login bonuses that will get you, you know, just for logging in. And then as far as ways to make money this week, things that are doubled, things that are, you know, worth looking into. The biggest one this week is Smuggler's Run. Sell missions are doubled. So they multiplied it by 3 a couple weeks ago, and now they doubled them again. So you're getting 60K every one of those crates. So that adds up pretty quick, especially if you have a few people you want to run with. You could fill up your hangar real quick and make a ton of money off of that. So definitely something not to sleep on if you're looking to, you know, try something different. A lot of the missions are kind of rough. They're not the quickest way to make money, but it's definitely something different and pretty solid money now. You also get double cash and RP on contact missions and drop zone. So if you're looking to try something different, go ahead and try those out. And as you can tell, it is snowing, obviously, so all of the festive events are still going on. We got the Grinch going on. We got the snowmen around the city that you can still blow up to get the snowman costume, and then we also have the Die Hard event that's going on to get the Mark II pistol skin and the new pistol. So something to definitely check out if you're looking for it. And then the only other thing I wanted to talk about is we got the if you want to do some of the Fooligan missions, there is additional cosmetics available for those. So if you do 1 Fooligan mission, you're going to get an ice vinyl jacket, which is kind of neat. And then if you do 10 of them, you get some ski masks. And then if you can knock out 25 of them, you'll get a smoking jacket, which is pretty cool. And then there's also a party shirt that you'll get if you have the Acid Lab. So a couple different options. Run some Fooligan missions. They're not, you know, they only take a few minutes. They're pretty fun to do. I think it gives you 2 weeks to do those 25 missions if you want that smoking jacket. So just a couple cosmetics that might be worth grinding out for. And then the last part is you can make an extra 100K on those missions if you do them as an associate for somebody else's corporation. So just some things to kind of think about. And then I think the last thing we'll talk about is the casino. This week, I believe it's the Truffaut Adder is one of the original cars in the game. Maybe not original, but it's been around a long time. So it's based on one of the Bugattis. So nothing really crazy as far as a car goes, but I think it sells for $1 million out of the Legendary Motorsports. So if you're looking for something to add to your garage, I would take the Progen GP1 over it if you're only going to buy one this week, because I feel like the GP1 is a much better vehicle overall. But if you can win the adder, you know, take a free car, definitely. So we'll come up, we'll take a look at it so you can at least see the color on it. I believe it's yellow this week, so we'll take a look at that. Yeah, this bike is not the fastest turning by any means, but it definitely handles quicker than the drag bike, the HSW bike, so it's kind of an in-between bike. Not bad at all. Nothing that's going to change the game for you, but definitely fun. Alright, so yeah, we'll check out the podium vehicle right quick, and then we'll head down to the auto shop, and I'll show you all the customization that you can put on this new bike, and then we'll be good. So, thank y'all for joining, and hopefully you learned something. So yep, here we got the True Fade Adder. It's got a nice yellow, kind of a bumblebee look to it. It's a kind of a cool looking car. There are other True Fades. You got the Nero and the Thrax. The Thrax is my personal favorite. I love that car, but you know, if you want to collect all the Bugattis, there's another one for you. So head to the casino, get that spin in, and hopefully Lady Luck will be on your side and get yourself a new car. Alright, let's head on down to the auto shop right quick, and we'll get this thing. I'll show you all the customizations. I obviously have it the way I like it, but we'll kind of walk through what all the customizations are so you get an idea of what all you could do to yours, and if it's worth the money for you to pick it up. Being a new drip feed vehicle, I don't expect it to be on sale at any point soon, because generally, once they release a car, they're not going to put it on sale for a while, so you're probably looking at that $1.6 million price tag for a while. But if you got the money laying around, there's worse ways to spend it. But yeah, this bike is definitely quick. I'm going to see if I can get it into first person so we can at least see the speedometer on here. 146, 147 looks like. Oh, that's not the view I wanted. About to crash into a car here. So yeah, I think 147 is the highest we saw there, which seems pretty fast. I don't remember exactly how that compares to other bikes. And the speedometers here are not the most reliable, so it's hard to tell. We'll go ahead and get this thing customized out. We'll run through the options just so you can see what's available. Alright, so we got a lot of the standard, you know, the armor, the brakes, the engine, all that. Bodywork is something that I would recommend, because if you look at your traction bar, it works kind of like a spoiler does on a car, where adding it does give you that extra traction. So I would recommend going ahead and putting that on. You have the option not to, but getting that extra traction is how I prefer it. But it does kind of look cooler without it, honestly. But that's kind of one of the options. And then, yeah, brakes and engines are pretty simple. Fairings, we got a few options on. We'll just go to the stock fairing first, and we'll scroll through them, kind of see what all we got. Bunch of different good options here. Yeah, I went with the electric one. We got a big one, but yeah, I went electric power. I thought that was pretty neat. Frames, you can pretty much paint it primary, secondary, or just a black kind of carbon color. I have orange as my primary and white as my secondary, just to give a good contrast, so you can kind of see which pieces of the bike are which of the colors. And then we got mud guards. These are pretty simple, kind of like the frame, where you can either do like normal carbon, primary, secondary, or slightly bigger race guards, still in that carbon color. The seat gives you a few different options. You got the stock seat. We're just going to kind of scroll through them. And yeah, that secondary white color is the option there, so you can customize the color of that seat. And you do also get a couple pattern options, which I think is pretty cool. You get that like diamond pattern, and then you also get the like the more striped pattern that was, I think it was, yeah, this guy. You can get the striped pattern on there, the ribbed seat. So definitely a lot of options there. Cool stuff you can do with it. The fuel tank is kind of hard to see, but we'll try to get a good angle on here to see some of the different options. So there's a stock tank, and then just kind of run through, let you see some of the different customization options available for that bike. Horn is pretty standard, lights are standard, liveries, we'll go ahead and walk through these. I went with the Dazzle camo just because I like that, you know, geometric look, but we'll show you everything that we got on here. So we have no livery, it just looks pretty standard with that orange and white. Black stripe just runs down the back and then the fairings, and a little bit on the front as well. Front fairings, all that. So black stripe, white stripe. Those are both options. Western gives you a little bit on the sides there. You get the Western logo. You get Love Fist. Got some skulls. Lost MC, if you're looking for that. Get Lost MC. Dazzle is what I went with for the camo. Got Shark Mouth if you want to do it more of like a fighter jet sort of look. You got Kiss Me. Get some, stickers around there. Looks pretty cool. Classic Racer. Got the Western Racer and then the Classic Racer. You got the Patriot and the Patriot Alternate. And that is what we got for liveries. So, yeah, I went with the Dazzle camo, but plenty of ways that you could customize it for what you like. Mirrors. We just have two options. We got the Race and the Standard. Race is a little bit more pointy, and stock is a little bit more rounded. So, two options there. Plates are pretty standard. Mud guards, it's the same as the front. You get secondary, primary, and stock. So, nothing really crazy there. Resprays, I feel like I've showed you kind of where the primary and secondary zones are on here. Primary is the orange, secondary is the white. And then wheels are pretty much your standard bicycle wheels or motorbike wheels. So everything you put on those, you can also get here. So that is the customization options. Nothing too crazy, but a good amount of liveries on there, a good amount of different shapes of the body panels, the seats, and the fuel tanks. So I think you can do some really cool stuff with this bike. Yeah, it's a great option if you're looking for, a new bike to add to your garage. We'll come down, check out the prize ride vehicle right quick. It's over here. I think it's one of the Buffaloes. Which one is it? Yeah, the Bravado. Oh, it's a Gauntlet Hellfire. So pretty solid car. And to win that one this week, I think you got to place, was it top 3? Yeah, top 3 in a pursuit race for 3 days in a row. So not terrible, not easy, but there's that. Then you got a couple of the test ride vehicles over here. You got the Carrion Previon, the Vapid Dominator GTX, and the Annis Remus. And then the House test vehicle for the week is the Hakucha Drag. Oh, turn around here. So the Hakucha Drag with the HSW upgrade. So if you want to try a different bike, you can test drive that one first in order to see it. So yeah, that's everything that's going on this week. Hope y'all have a great week, and enjoy your games as always, and I will talk to y'all later. Have a great one.